Good evening, all, and welcome to another video on All How That Out. Tonight we're going for a beer from NIRVANA Brewery. Which one is it? It's this one. It is the Organic Pale Ale, and it is a low alcohol, 0.5% ABV pale ale. And there's very little information on the bottle, but what it does say is that it is flavoured with English hops, that there is balanced hints of spice and tangerine, and that there is a gentle toffee finish. So all things that are quite nice, things I enjoy. But is it any good? Well, like I say, with very little info to tell you on the bottle, we shall find out. So before we do, in fact, I'm just going to draw a note on the artwork. It's really cool. It's kind of, well, it is exactly what you expect it to be, you know, with the brewery and the imagery of the state of Nirvana. So nothing to do with Kurt Cobain and co. So we're going to open it up. Hopefully it is not lively. It is lively. Got caught by that before. So without too much further ado, I'm going to try and calm it down. I had this with the with Big Drops beers and with a lager from Drop Bear Beer Co. But I think it's the first one from Nirvana. So now it's calmed down and I've got a very wet leg. We're going to pour into a Northern Monk glass, and the pour is bound to be very lively and very heady. Oh, maybe not too bad. So I'd encourage a head from it. I don't think I'm going to need to do much encouragement. So, after that very moist start, we have a glass that could do with some extra cleaning, and we have a beer that's got some fridge haze on it. It's a nice colour. It's kind of it's golden pale, and like I said, there is a subtle haze in there. There are some inclusions, and that does kind of point to maybe an unfiltered nature. Well, an unfiltered nature. We did have a good sized head on it, about 1.5 fingers, but that is dissipating, much like many alcohol-free beer heads do, in my experience. So yeah. It looks alright, you know, it's got a nice colour. So it's got promise with the colour. So I think I've mentioned this on many videos. The hint of a colour in a pale ale tends to indicate flavour. So before we go on to the flavour, let's see what it smells like. Malty. There is an indication of that orange that they refer to. But, crucially, none of that ridiculously sweet malt on the nose. Hints of orange, otherwise malty. Little bit of hop, and it's a really sort of pale, or light hop aroma. Emphasis on the aroma is definitely on the malt and orange. So yeah, it looks good. Like I say, that unfiltered edge. It smells good, if not a little bit light. Does it taste good? Let's find out. Cheers. First thing that strikes me is the body. It is quite thin. Then I get hit by the orange and the hops. It is quite a pleasant flavour though. It's a mature orange flavour, if that makes sense. It's not overly sweet. It's one that you perhaps have an association with a little bit of pithy bitterness. It's not bitter though, but that's the kind of orange you're getting. It is malty. It is thin. And it's quite dry on the finish. And speaking of the finish, it is light, sweet. Emphasis on the malt. And they mentioned the toffee. I see what they're coming to with that one. But the hints of spice, I'm not really getting much of that. When I agitate it in the mouth, I get a little hint of something. Maybe it's almost coriander, and yeah, It's mostly orange though. The flavour is quite nice. And the mouthfeel is very fizzy. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. So, NIRVANA Brewery Organic Pale Ale. That is very, very fizzy on the opening. What do I think of you? Well, before I tell you what I think of you, let's see what Untapped thinks of you. Go to the aid memoir. Now, NIRVANA Organic Pale Ales had 109 check-ins and an average of 2.79, so it's a little bit better than the middle. Do I agree with it though? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to give it the usual 5 pillars of judgment on the looks, the aroma, the body, the taste, and the finish. So looks, first of all, it's a nice colour. You know, it's typically alcohol-free in as much as there has never been a particularly good head that hangs around for long on an alcohol-free beer, and this is no exception. Colour though is lovely. You know, it looks like a good pale, and you got a hint of haze on it as well. I like the look. Could be better on the head front. What do I give it? 3/4 out of 5. 0.75. Aroma is nice. You know, it has got that hint of orange. There's not much to the spice, but there is a nice little sort of warming malt profile as well that comes through on the aroma. It's light on the aroma, but it is there, and what is there is quite pleasant. Again, I'm going to give it 0.75. Body, it's thin, and even though it's a pale ale, and I never expect it to be thick and heavy and cloying in any way, shape or form, I do expect it to be thicker than this. And this is very watery, and the mouthfeel is really effervescent. It's like gassy lager in that sense. Definitely not great. It's typical for an alcohol-free, shall we say. It could definitely do with being improved on that front. Unfortunately, on the body, I've got to give it a 0 because there is no body, unfortunately. Taste, though, is where it really matters, and it has got some nice taste. It has got a nice orange. Like I say, it's a mature orange, a slightly pithy, kind of bitter orange, like an orange oil type thing. There is a hint of the malt coming through as well, and again, crucially, it's not that horrible sugary crystal malt. It's more robust, more well-rounded, a little bit more of that caramel toffee note, which does translate into the end. The flavour is good. It's not excellent, it's not very good. It's going to get half from me on that one. In fact, no, I feel like, yeah, it's half. And the finish. The finish is dry. It is malty. There is that orange. And there is what they say there is. There is that hint of toffee as well. It's not long lasting. It's pleasant enough. It could be better. So yeah, it's good enough, but not brilliant. It's going to get another half, which gives me 1.5, 2.5 out of 5, which isn't that great. It's roughly, well, it is in the middle. It's bang in the middle, and that's what you've got. If, however, we had a better body on this beer, that would have really lifted it, because it's lost points there. If it was a bit heavier, a little bit less gassy, you know, everything else could almost be excused, and having that would have really accelerated the overall experience into something much better. Yeah, nice taste, just let down by the body in a big way, and the fact that it wet my leg. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, we're at the point in the video where we're going to say, down there are some buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. Let me know in the comment section if you had a Roman candle bottle of the old NIRVANA Organic Pale Ale, and what you thought of it as well. On that note, I'm going to say, that's been the beer. I've been Nick, and I will see you again soon for another video.